Jamahl, you decided to close out the game, I think, with a lineup of Jeff, Shuma, Ignas, those guys. I guess what led to that decision?
Well, they got us back into it. I mean, they had a great run at the 9-minute mark. I have to go look back at the film and see exactly what it was, but they did a great job of putting us back in it. The energy was going. They had a great momentum about them. I think I looked up at like the 2:25 mark, and I thinking about putting those other guys back in. But that group had done a good job getting us the momentum going back, and I didn't want to, pull them out of that at that moment. But again, I'll have to go back and look at the film and see how the momentum changed. But I think they were trying and doing their best and being able to speed the game up and get us some good looks.
Like all night, coach, especially after Evan Mobley went down, how he attacked consistently. He scored 62 points in the game. Was that the main focus, especially after Mobley?
Absolutely. We talk about how great a job they do at protecting the rim. So we were just trying to do as much as we can to get downhill and attack. We had some great looks, wide open looks, obviously outside on the perimeter. Just shots didn't fall in that manner. But I think those guys did a great job coming in, playing with a level of confidence, playing with the resolve and the resilience to keep fighting no matter what was happening in the game. So again, that second unit for me, I think they gave a large momentum and they executed down the stretch.
And conversely, you guys forced them into most of the they weren't really able to get downhill. Is that we talked about it before the game, that being a major key going forward? Do you feel like they did a good job of that tonight, protecting the paint?
I think being able to speed them up, obviously, them shooting the 32% from the 3-point line, doing our best to keep them out of the paint. Again, the one thing that we're gonna have to continue to talk about is defending without fouling. We put them on the line 23 times, and obviously that's with swipe downs and reaching at the ball. We got to make sure we continue to do a better job of being in position versus reaching.
Ignas matched his season high in scoring tonight at 13. What did you see from him tonight?
I loved his aggression. He was willing to make plays. He did a great job of passing as well as cutting. Guys did a good job moving without the basketball, and that's what we keep telling our guys, that this is an opportunity for them to step in big games and big moments and be willing to, be confident in what you've done and the work that you've continued to put in.
Going back to the lineup question, how do you feel the Stars, whether it's Cole or the Stars reacted, they want to be in those situations and they also play well, but I guess how do they react to that?
No, that's an absolute great question. And what I will say to that is our guys are so supportive. That group had a great momentum about them. And obviously the time frame of when they went on their run, they think they hit a big three and the momentum shifted. But those starters were giving just as much support to those guys in the game as they were all game, because obviously when they're in the game, those guys on the bench are rooting and supporting them. We have such a dynamic group in the way that they just continue to empower and lift each other up no matter what's happening within the game.
All right, Joel, go ahead.
Luke Hetrick, Spectrum Sports.
Hey, Jamahl, on that note, with the decision to leave the bench in at the 5-minute mark, how much was that affected by what happened the other night and the way the starters weren't able to close out in regulation?
Well, it's experience for everyone. I think we talked about it prior to the game. We talked about it at shoot around, understanding exactly what we need to do in crunch time. Like you see, we executed down the stretch of some, got a big three from Sko. Obviously, the rebounding we continue to talk about, but these guys feeling and understanding that experience, and we can continue to talk about it and grow and learn from it.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Coach, you talked a little bit about, empowerment from the group. Wendell has talked consistently this year about how you've empowered him. What's that process been like with Wendell, and how have you seen him grow over the course of the season?
Well, his leadership, not just his physical presence, but his voice. He's in the locker room talking to guys, keeping guys up, keeping guys accountable. And our group is a group of that. The guy just tied together, continuing to communicate and work on and off the floor. So again, his growth is not, like I said, just not on the floor, it's off the floor as well. His voice in that locker room is just been tremendous for us.
We've talked about he's grown in so many areas. What do you see as the next area of development for him in such a promising young career?
I think there's so many ways in which he can go. Just being able to step into big moments as he has. He's taken on the defensive challenge of playing some of these big time bigs. He's guarding 1 through 5 in situations. I think the next step is that he continues to be a great playmaker because he's shown the ability to finish at the rim, shown the ability to step out and make the three. And then the next step is, continue to make his teammates better by making those decisions and getting guys open and good looks.
Christo Saltas, Greece DNA.
Coach, hope you're doing well. tonight you give yourself a chance to fight until the end, and you give yourself a chance to win that game. How encouraging was that sign for you, and how confident makes you about the future of this group?
I am so excited about the future of this young group. It's very rare that you have a group that is tied together as this group is, no matter what's happening. The score of the game, whether we are up or down, we were down 20 and these guys stayed resilient. They understand we've been in situations where we've been in close ball games and not come out on the end, but we've been in close ball games and come out on the other end of it. But these guys have done such a great job of encouraging each other, continuing to work every single day, and they're just growing together. And that's something that we can hang our hat on defensively, as well as the tightness of this group.
Thank you, Coach Mosley.
I think just locking in on defense, getting back in transition early on. They were getting a lot of transition buckets. They were pushing the pace. So I think getting back as soon as we get a shot up, no matter what, really helped us out. And then just moving the ball offensively.
It seemed like after Mobley went down, you guys made a concerted effort to attack the basket. Was that kind of the main emphasis?
Yeah, he's definitely a big presence in the paint. So, him not being in the game definitely opened things up for us. So I think we just took advantage, with that moment.
How have you seen this team grow as the season has gone on, especially with your group as the second unit getting more minutes now? It seems like you guys are more cohesive.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like chemistry is definitely picking up. The way we use each other on the court, knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses definitely help out a lot. And then again, just, trusting each other and moving the ball.
This was a huge for your season, your season high points. What are you seeing out there offensively with the aggression?
I was just being aggressive. My teammates trusted me, with the ball to make plays, and I was just trying to be aggressive for my teammates and myself, and I feel like the paint opened up.
When exactly did you realize that it was going to be you, Jeff, Juma, you guys were going to close out the game? It's how it feels to play alongside that group for so long.
It was a lot of fun for sure. I feel like we're definitely growing as a group, and we got a lot of young guys in that group, and I feel like we play well together. We play hard, and that's all we can do every night.
Go ahead, Joel.
Questions for Iggy? Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Iggy, you, Admiral, Jeff have all spent time, in Lakeland together there as well. How much has that, assisted in kind of continuing to build the chemistry amongst that second group that was closing it out tonight?
I feel like the organization does a great job with the G League team, and emphasizing what we do up here and try to emulate that and play the right way down there. So I feel like our chemistry playing down there definitely showed, and we just continue to trust each other, continue to play the right way. That's what Coach preaches to us all the time: is just play the right way and play as hard as we can.
All right. Thank you, Iggy.
Get back after falling behind by 20. What you guys kind of focusing on? Get back into it.
Transition defense. And what that means, taking better shots. Yeah, that was really about it. That's kind of what fueled our comeback.
It seemed like after Mobley went down, you guys made a concerted effort to attack the paint. That part of the plan going forward.
I mean, with him in or not, we were taking too many jump shots. He's a great rim protector, so it made it a little bit easier when he left the game. But with him in or out, we had to get the ball into the paint and then possibly either finish or spray outs from there.
I know we talked earlier today about the playmaking aspect of the game. You had 6 assists tonight. Do you feel like that aspect of your game is what's growing the most as the season goes forward?
Absolutely. Just my teammates trusting me. They understand that I just play the game the right way. I don't try to force anything, and guys just were hitting their shots whenever I pass it to them. So it showed up in the stat sheet for me.
When exactly did you realize that you and the Stars aren't going to be closing out the fourth?
Like halfway through the fourth. Yeah, I mean, the coach made a decision. I trust that every time.
Was there, I guess, you guys competitive, you want to be in those moments. Was there any frustration when you realized hey, this isn't going to be our time to close out the game?
No, I wasn't tripping. Coaches make certain decisions throughout the game, and I trust them 100%.
How did it feel for you to be back out there?
I felt good, man. Except for my free throws, that was kind of rough for me tonight. But other than that, I felt pretty good for sure.
The risk, I think, Jamahl has been lingering for part of the season.
Yeah.
I guess, do you remember when it happened?
That it might have happened. I want to say December or November. I want to say it happened kind of early on, and it started, messing with me a little bit, and then it just kept coming and going away. It hurt some days. It would feel good. Like today, like right now, it feels perfectly fine. So, no, I'm definitely gonna do some heavy rehab on it as soon as the season ends.
Go ahead, Joel.
Crystal Saltis.
Hey, Wendell, hope you're doing well. Tonight you give yourself a chance to win that game in Cleveland. What does it mean for you and the progress that you made as a team, and how confident you are about the future of this group as foundation-wise?
You gotta repeat that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you give yourself a chance tonight to win that game in Cleveland. How confident? What kind of progress and growth was that sign for you, and how confident you are about the future of this group?
No, that was very important. We played against a possible playoff team. Definitely gonna be in the playoff under playing game. It just shows where we had to be as a team, where we had to get to. It's always great when you play against some of the good team, better teams in the league. You get to test yourself, really see where you at, where you have to improve, and we showed that tonight. We showed where we need to improve, and we was able to kind of take some keys away from the game and what they did late game, what they did in certain situations to kind of give them the upper hand.
All right. Thank you, Dal.